All right, welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. Today we're going to work on a little scene that's not too far from my house actually, and it's sort of a steep kind of a hill that's coming down this way. So we're going to wet that top part of the page, and I'm going to pick up some Payne's gray and just swipe it across like that. I'm going to take this brush and I'm not going to rinse it out. I'm going to put it right into my blue. And I'm going to drag my blue across there, and across there, and across there. And we're just going to let this bleed out to become whatever it becomes. Again, I'm not going to rinse this out. I'm going to put this into my Payne's gray, and I'm just going to drag it across like that. I'm going to go back to the Payne's gray, and I'm just going to touch this in a few places like that to get this to bleed a little bit, to build up some tree, like something that's going to look like trees way off in the distance. And spring has sort of sprung here in Northumberland County, so we're going to try to get this to look like it's trees way off in the distance. And we're going to introduce some color that's going to make it look like spring kind of colors. Okay, so I'm going to rinse that brush out, and I'm going to pick up some of this, which is yellow ochre. And I'm going to touch this into those places where I put that Payne's gray on there. And I'm going to make a little swipe across here. And I'm going to make a little swipe across there. And you can see that Payne's gray instantly starts to go into that yellow ochre. I'm going to pick up a little bit more yellow ochre here, just like that. And again, just swipe it across there. I'm not going to rinse this brush out. I'm picking up this sienna. I'm going to introduce this sienna in a couple of places like that. And the same here. I'm going to tap this brush, get some of this sienna to start coming into this color across here. All right, rinse this off now because we're going to pick up green. So I'm using this sap green that you might see over here at the side. And I'm going to dry this brush off a little bit. I'm going to pick up this sap green, and I'm going to tap this sap green into those areas where I already have that sienna and the Payne's gray, and we're going to do the same down here. Tap that in. We're going to tap some of this across there, like that. Again, just tap, 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 tap. And I'm going to set this down now. I'm going to pick up my #1 watercolor brush, and you can see I've sharpened a little point on the end there. You can sharpen it with a knife or just stick it into a pencil sharpener. The other thing you could use is a toothpick, barbecue skewer, something like that. So we want to create some visual interest here. So we're going to scribe some foliage down here along the front. And you can grab that Payne's gray that's under there and just scribe some things in like that. The other thing you can do is put some horizontal marks across there in different places. Okay, now we need this to dry. So don't try to augment or change any of this that's going on in the background back there. If you want, you could take your stick and put some indications where there might be a tree trunk, but that's it. Don't do any more than that to it. Let's let this dry and then we'll come back. All right, so I dried that all up, and I'm just going to pick up some of this sap green, and we're just going to stroke it across like that, another stroke like that. Then we're going to take this, we're going to rinse it off. I'm going to pick up some of this yellow that I have here, and I'm just going to swoosh it across there in a couple of spots. Not too much. Don't get in here and try to put in 50 different brush strokes. That's it, just those very few brush strokes. And that's it, let's let this dry. Okay, so I took a couple of seconds and I let that dry. You can see how putting the yellow onto that green builds up all this color variation across here. And we got a pretty good complement going here between the green and the red, right? We also have a pretty good complement because some of this reads as orange, so you get this little bit of a complement between the blue and the orange. Certainly the contrast between dark and light going on here. Look at this bloom that we got going on here. And we put the matte on it. Super cool. That one turned out awesome. Yeah, I really like this, all this color variation coming down here. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're currently a subscriber, I thank you very much. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. If you got a question or a comment, please leave it in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great day painting.